Morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. So we are going to continue with the concept of number system that we were doing yesterday. So before we start, please everyone mark your presence. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So there was some technical error. That's why class got a bit late. So please everyone mark your presence. Good morning, good morning. Please be quick, mark your presence so that we can start. Hi Bhanu. Good morning Mahe. Good morning. Okay, so then let's start. A lot of students have joined. So I am Ajay Sareen. I am a 100 percentiler in Quant and DI, having 16 plus years of experience of training students for CAT and other competitive exams. For CAT 2020 final revision with Gradeup, you can check out the CAT 2020 revision playlist, wherein we are going to cover most expected questions for Quant, verbal and DILR. Mock test analysis are being conducted. Day-wise revision of all important topics is happening. Strategy to attempt the exam will be discussed thoroughly. Questions from IIM Indore are being discussed. So the classes are scheduled every day at 5:30, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. So you just need to subscribe to our channel and stay tuned on Gradeup app. Good morning everyone. Good morning. CAT 2020 exam analysis will be scheduled at 10:45 for students appearing in shift 1, at 2:45 for students appearing in shift 2, and at 6:45 for all the students appearing in shift 3. So let's start. So yesterday we were doing the concept of factorials, and we did a certain set of questions that often come in factorial. Now let's move on to the concept of finding last two digits of the given number. In order to find last two digits of the number, I am dividing it in two parts. One would be even numbers, other will be odd numbers. So even numbers will be ending in 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. Odd numbers will be ending in 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Now let's talk about odd numbers first, then I will take it to even numbers. For all the odd numbers, first of all, if there is a number which is ending in 5, so I am writing it as A5, because to find last two digits of the number, we are only required last two digits of the given number. So let's say if the number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 raised to power 289. So this 123 plays no role in this case. We are only required last two digits and the power as it is, right? So if there is a number which is ending in 5, the digit before here can be even or odd. The value in the power again can be even or odd, right? So whenever we solve A5 raised to power B, last two digits can be either 25 or they can be 75. These are the only two values possible for last two digits, right? So we will come across 75 when both A and B are odd. Otherwise, last two digits are always 25. So when either of A or B is even, last two digits are always going to be 25. So please keep this information in mind, right? So you can answer good morning everyone, good morning. You can answer these type of questions very quickly. So if I say what are the last two digits of 215 raised to power 28993, so this digit is odd and the number in the power is odd, so last two digits comes out to be 75. Had it been, let's say, 325 raised to power 894, So this is even, this is also even, so last two digits comes out to be 25. Had it been 845 raised to power 293, this is even, that is odd. So out of these two, one of the values should be even. So last two digits comes out to be again 25. Had it been 855 raised to power 244. Now this is odd, that is even. Again, one of the two should be even. Last two digits comes out to be 25. So they are the four possibilities we guys can come across when the number is ending in 5. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear. धना 15 किस चीज के लिए है? Last two digits are never 15. They are either 75 or 25. Is it done, Dhana? Good morning, Raja. Good morning, Vipul. Radhe Radhe ji. Okay, so let's move on. Now, if there is a number which is ending in 1379, all these four are dependent on each other. Let's talk about numbers which are ending in 1 first. If there is any number which is ending in first, this value is to be multiplied with the units place of the power, right? So I am writing it as A and this as B. The units place of product of A and B will be tens place. So when we will simplify A1 raised to power B, units place of this number is going to be 1, because 1 raised to power anything is always 1. So the tens place will be the units place of the product of A and B, right? So let's take an example. If we come across 21 raised to power 278, so this one will come as it is. 2 into 8 is 16, so last two digits comes out to be 61. If it is 31 raised to power 246, 6 3s are 18, so 8 will come here followed by this one. If it is 41 raised to power 2567, 7 4s are 28, 28 का 8 आएगा followed by this one. Guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Guys, is it done? Right. Please be quick with the response. If any student has a doubt, please let me know. Raja, Vipul, Sudhin Sal, Mahi, Bhano, I hope it is clear. Right. Avantika, which part you want me to repeat? You want me to repeat? So if there is a number which is ending in 1, so the tens place of the number is to be multiplied with the units place of the power. So 2 into 8 is 16. So 16 का 6 यहाँ पर आएगा followed by 1. So 3 6 are 18. 18 का 8 यहाँ पर आएगा followed by 1. 4 times 7 is 28. 28 का 8 यहाँ पर आएगा followed by 1. Right, Naved? Right. Hi, Naved. Hi. So all these are examples, Avantika. All these are examples for all the numbers ending in 1. Right? So if there is a number which is ending in 9, right? So let's say the number is 29 raised to power 278. So what we will be doing in this case is we will just take complement of this number from 100. So this number is 71 less than 100. So we will write minus 71 raised to power 278. If power is even, negative sign will be eliminated. So again the very same process comes into picture. So units place of this number will be 1 and 7 times 8 is 56. So last two digits comes out to be 61. If the number is, let's say, 39 raised to power 346. So 39 is 61 less than 100. Power is even, so negative sign is not required. It is 61 raised to power 346. 6 into 6 is 36 followed by 1. Last two digits comes out to be 61. So whenever the power is even, negative sign will not appear. But if the power is odd, let's say it is 49 raised to power 248. And 49 is 51 less than 100. So it becomes minus 51 raised to power 248. Power is even, negative sign will be eliminated. 5 into 8 is 40, which gives me 0 followed by a 1. Now let's take example when power is odd. So if it is 29 raised to power 277. Now 29 is 71 less than 100 raised to power 277. So negative sign has to be kept here. 7 times 7 is 49 followed by a 1. So whenever we come across a negative value here, as we were taking complement from 100, which means we are dividing it by 100 and studying its remainder. We just need to add 100 finally, and 100 minus 91, last two digits of the number comes out to be 09. Is it done? So let's say if the number is ending in 3 or 7. If the number is ending in 3, let's say it is 13 raised to power 248. So first objective will be to square the number so that it ends in 9. And again the same previous protocol is to be followed. So 13 square is 169. So if we do squaring, power should be halved. It becomes 124. Now this 1 has no role here. So 69 is 31 less than 100. Because power is even, negative sign should be eliminated. So 3 4s are 12 followed by 1. Last two digits comes out to be 21. Had it been 23 raised to power 348. So 23 square is 529. So power should be half, which comes out to be 174. Again this 5 has no role here. So 29 is 71 less than 100. Power is even, negative sign should be eliminated. So 1 will come as it is. 7 4s are 28. Last two digits comes out to be 81. So similar will be the case when numbers are ending in 7. If it is 17 raised to power 248, so the very first step will be squaring. 17 square is 289 and power will be halved. It becomes 124. So 2 play no role here, and 89 is 11 less than 100. So 4 into 1 is 4 followed by a 1. Last two digits are 41. Had it been 27 raised to power 348, it comes out to be 27 square, which is 729 raised to power 174. So 7 plays no role. 29 is 71 less than 100. Power is even, negative sign is not required. So 4 7s are 28. Last two digits comes out to be 81. Now they are the cases when power is even. Now let's say if we come across an odd power, if it is 13 raised to power 249. Now I cannot do squaring straight away, so I need to keep 113 separate and shall be written like this. So now we are going to find last two digits of this number. using this method, right, which comes out to be 21. Then finally we just need to multiply 13 and 21. So 13 ones are 13, 1 will be carried ahead, 13 twos are 26 plus 1, 27. So last two digits comes out to be 73. Right, so whenever you come across an odd power initially and you want to do squaring, you just need to keep one value aside such that the power becomes even. So likewise will be the case in 17 or the number ending in 7. So please everyone check it out. I hope it is clear. Priya, is it clear? अवंतिका, नवेद, देख लो सभी को क्लैरिटी है. राइट. Okay, so let's move on. So if the given number is even now, if the given number is even, it must be ending in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Any number ending in 0 when has power 2 or more than 2, last two digits are always double zero. Right, so like 10 square, 10 cube, 10 raised to power 4, all these values will always be ending in double zero. So we just need to solve questions which are ending in 2, 4, 6 or 8. In order to solve these type of questions, we need to find the powers of 2 which we can use. Always convert the value to the power of 2. Reason is 2 raised to power 10 ends in 1024, which ends in 24. And 24 gives us a pattern. So whenever the power of 24 is odd, last two digits are 24. Whenever the power of 24 is even, last two digits are 76. Which means if there is any number of the form 2 raised to power 10 into k, if this k is odd, last two digits will be 24. If this k is even, last two digits will be 76. So this is the only thing we have to do. So let's say if you come across 2 raised to power 150. So we can observe that as an odd number. So last two digits of this number comes out to be 24. Had it been 2 raised to power, let's say 1800. So now the power is 10 into 180, wherein this 180 is even. So last two digits of this number comes out to be 76. So this is the basic that we need to build for any even number. So if you come across 2 raised to power 151, as I know I am required a multiple of 10 in the numerator, so it can be rewritten as 2 raised to power 1 into 2 raised to power 150, which is 10 into 15. Because 15 is odd, so the last two digits of this number will be 24. So 2 into 24, answer comes out to be 48, which are the last two digits of given number. नवेद करते हैं यार, सब कुछ जितना कर सकते हैं मैक्सिमम. राइट, अभी हम लोग ये एक बार रिवीजन का शुरू किया है, करते हैं मैक्सिमम कवर. हाय ऋषि. So please guys check it out. I hope even part is clear. So now if we come across a number like 28 raised to power 240 and we have to find last two digits of this. So in this case, first of all, this 28 shall be written as 4 into 7 raised to power 240. And 4 is 2 square, so convert it to the power of 2. So 2 square raised to power 240 is 2 raised to power 480 multiplied by 7 raised to power 240. Now in this case, 10 is a multiple of 48, so 48 is even, so the last two digits of this number are 76. 7 raised to power 240 will give us last two digits as 01, working on the same pattern that we have discussed. So last two digits comes out to be finally 76, which is the required answer. So any given even number shall be written as product of even and odd. So 28 shall be written as 4 into 7 to find our answer. Vipul, Raja, Mahi, Bhanu, I hope all these examples are clear. Okay, so let's move on. So next is the part of remainders. So remainders is a very integral part of our exam. Alright, and we come across many questions based on this topic. So I am going to take very simple examples and then slowly steadily we will move on, right, on all different type of questions that can come under this topic. So if there is a number, let's say 6 raised to power 246, which is to be divided by 7 and we are required remainder, or it is 8 raised to power 246 divided by 7, we are required remainder, or it is, let's say, 12 raised to power 289 divided by 11, we are required remainder, or it is 14 raised to power 256 divided by 15, we are required remainder. So in any case, if the number in the numerator is one more or one less than the value in the denominator, so we can always say a remainder is 1 or remainder is -1 in these type of cases. 6 is 1 less than a multiple of 7, 8 is 1 more than a multiple of 7, 12 is 1 more than a multiple of 11, or 14 divided by 15, remainder is -1. So if power is even, remainder comes out to be -1 raised to power 246, which is 1. 1 raised to power 246 will be 1. 1 raised to power 289 will be 1. -1 raised to power 256 again comes out to be 1. If the power is even, right, whether the remainder is positive or -1 doesn't make any difference, answer will be 1. But when the power is odd, had it been 6 raised to power 289 divided by 7, what is the remainder? Now here the remainder is -1 and power is odd, a remainder comes out to be -1. So when you add 7 to it, 7 minus 1, finally answer will be 6 in this case. So this is the basic question based on remainders. Right, so this is the basic thing of remainders. Yes, Priya, we always keep remainders to be positive, so whenever they are negative, we add divisor to it. So whatever the divisor is there in the question, we are going to use it to convert the negative remainders to positive ones. Not required, Rishi, not required. So if we come across a question of the form, let's say 2 raised to power 90 when divided by 7, what is the remainder? In all these examples, my remainder was straightways either +1 or -1. In this case, remainder is neither +1 nor -1, so we have to use different powers of 2, right, which will give me a remainder of 1 or -1 when divided by 7. Like 2 raised to power 1 is 2, 2 square is 4, 2 cube is 8. So 8 is the number which when divided by 7 gives me a remainder of 1. So now I have to do 2 cube here. So if I go for 2 cube, power will be divided by 3, which gives me 30, which is to be divided by 7. The moment I got 8 here, my job becomes very easy. 8 divided by 7, remainder is 1. Whatever the power is, doesn't make any difference, a remainder comes out to be 1. Had there been 2 raised to power 91 divided by 7, again I will first of all study what is the power of 2 required by me. It being 3, I know 91 is not a multiple of 3. So I cannot go for 2 cubes straightways. So first of all, this one extra 2 should be kept separately. Now 2 raised to power 90 can be written as 2 cube raised to power 30. So this will give me a remainder of 1, multiply by 2, finally remainder comes out to be 2. So this is the second case. Jay, which part you want me to repeat? Jay, which part you want me to repeat? Right, Bhanu, right, Piyush. Okay, so in this case, 6 when divided by 7, remainder is -1. So -1 raised to power 246 comes out to be 1. All these examples are very straightforward, right? So whatever remainder you are getting out of this, to the power, whatever is given to you will be the required remainder. Done, Jay? I think there is some problem with network, so let me close my video. I hope now the maybe the video will be better. I have closed my video, so maybe the buffering becomes better now. Yes, it's getting better now. Rishi, divisors are never large enough in exam, right? So when you see videos of different teachers, they usually take large divisors, but in actual in CAT, it never happens. Yes, Priya, इसलिए मैंने वीडियो ऑफ किया है अपना. Let's see, maybe there is some network issue today, which usually never happens. This is happening for the first time with me. Just give me a sec. Okay, so let's keep moving. Good morning, Tini. Good morning. Okay, so let's keep moving. So if we come across a number of the form, let's say 3 raised to power 296 when divided by 15, what is the remainder? All right, or maybe 2 raised to power 96 when divided by 96, what is the remainder? So first of all, whenever we come across examples of this form wherein there is some value in the numerator and denominator that can be cancelled out, like this 15 is 3 into 5 and we can cancel out 1 3. This 96 is 32, which is 2 raised to power 5 into 3, so we can cancel out 2 raised to power 5. So we can always cancel out the value we want to, but finally we have to multiply by the same value we cancel out initially, right? So if I cancel out 3, the remaining question will be 3 raised to power 295 divided by 5, what is the remainder? Now I know 3 square is 9, which is 1 less than a multiple of 5. In order to do squaring here, power should be even, which is not. So I will separate 1 3 and then it becomes 3 raised to power 294, and now I can do squaring here. It becomes 3 square 9 raised to power 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 7s are 14 divided by 5. 9 divided by 5, remainder is -1 because power is odd. -1 into 3 comes out to be -3. We need to add divisor to it such that it becomes positive. So the positive remainder out of this calculation comes out to be 2. Now this 2 should be multiplied with the value we have cancelled out initially, which was 3. So final answer for this question comes out to be 6. Likewise, in this case, if you cancel out 2 raised to power 5, remaining will be 2 raised to power 91 divided by 3. So we know 2 divided by 3, remainder is minus 1, power is odd, so it will be minus 1. On adding 3, 3 minus 1 comes out to be 2. Now this 2 should be multiplied with the value we have cancelled out initially, which is 2 raised to power 5. So 2 raised to power 5 into 2 comes out to be 64, which is the remainder when 2 raised to power 96 is divided by 96. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear. If any student has any doubt in this, please let me know. Harish, in this case, first of all, we cancelled out a 3 here, right? After cancelling out 3, leftover is 3 raised to power 295 divided by 5. 3 square is 9, which gives me a remainder of minus 1 when divided by 5. So if I want to do square, my power should be even, which is not in this case, so I separated 1 3. Leftover is 3 raised to power 294, so then we can go for squaring in this case. 3 square is 9, so half the power, because we are going for square, right, it becomes 147. Right, now after this, 9 gives me a remainder of minus 1 into 3 is minus 3. So we need to add divisor to it. 5 minus 3 is 2. So by solving this, whatever remainder we got shall be multiplied by the value we have cancelled out initially, which is 3. So 2 times 3 comes out to be 6. So this is the 2 and this is the 3 we multiplied. Yes, answer, that's what I am saying. You can always multiply, divide by the same value. Ankit, just give me a sec. I hope this question is clear. First question is clear to each one of you. Likewise, in second case, Ankit, 96 is the divisor, which is 2 raised to power 5 into 3. Right? And 2 raised to power 5 when get cancelled gives me 2 raised to power 91 divided by 3. So when 2 is divided by 3, remainder is minus 1, power is odd, comes out to be minus 1. Just add 3 to it, so 3 minus 1, remainder comes out to be 2. Now the remainder of this solution should be multiplied with the value we have cancelled initially. Right? So on multiplying these two, finally remainder comes out to be 64. Hi Ayush, good morning. You got late. Ankit, is it done? Priya, class is till 12. 12 बजे तक है class. Okay, now let's move on. So there is one important question that came in exam, which is a bit on different sides, right? So there are few theorems that we need to understand. So a raised to power p minus 1 when divided by p, remainder comes out to be 1. Here HCF of a and p should be equivalent to 1 and p must be a prime number. Alright. So please Keep this information always in mind, right? This is very, very important. On the other side, p minus 1 factorial when divided by p, where p is a prime number. Right? So in this case, we can take example like if p is 2, right? So 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 divided by 2, or if p is 3, 2 divided by 3, or if p is 5, 4 factorial divided by 5. In all these cases, a remainder comes out to be minus 1. So we can also say p minus 1 factorial plus 1 is always divisible by p. Right? So we can use either of the two informations to find our answer. So they are standard theorems. Please keep them in mind. Right? Then if we come across a question of the type 1 into 1 factorial plus 2 into 2 factorial plus 3 into 3 factorial, so on up to n into n factorial. This sum is always equivalent to n plus 1 factorial minus 1. Right? So like if I take 1 into 1 factorial, I can write this thing as 2 factorial minus 1. So sum of first two, 4 plus 1 is 5, we can write this thing as 3 factorial minus 1. If there is a sum of first 3, it can be written as 4 factorial minus 1. So sum up to n into n factorial can always be written as n plus 1 factorial minus 1. Right? So this is, hi Brij Kishore, hi. So this is again a standard formula जिसके ऊपर based question आया था. So they are all standard formulas. Right? So इसका application is still less, but this should be known to each and every student. So if this value 1 into 1 factorial plus 2 into 2 factorial plus so on up to n into n factorial is divided by n plus 1 factorial. So remainder comes out to be minus 1. Please keep that in mind. Because this is equivalent to 1 less than n plus 1 factorial. So remainder is going to be minus 1. I hope this much part is clear. So another important part of remainders is a raised to power n minus b raised to power n. If n is even, it is always divisible by a minus b as well as a plus b. If n is odd, it is divisible by a minus b only. So if the power is unknown, right, if the power is unknown, you cannot differentiate whether it is even or odd. It is always divisible by a minus b. So please keep that information in mind. Likewise, if we come across a raised to power n plus b raised to power n, so it is divisible by a plus b only. That also when n is odd. So when n is even, there is no common factor between the given numbers. Naved, you can always add divisor to convert it to positive. हम लिखने में, अपना लिखने में तो हम नेगेटिव लिख सकते हैं ना. जब एग्जाम में आंसर देना है तो नेगेटिव रिमाइंडर में डिवाइजर ऐड करके हमेशा आंसर देंगे. We have to make job easier. If I will write bigger expression, याद ही नहीं रख पाओगे यार. दिखना चाहिए ना कि रिमाइंडर 1 माइनस 1 कहां पे है. Is that done, Naveed? nahi nahi Bhanu, we will not divide. Right, so once you have multiplied 2 by 3, so 6 will be the final answer, right? Because the divisor now here is 15 and not 5 anymore. Yes, 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 I will do, Chandrika. So now let's take an example which came in CAT. The example was 6 raised to power 512 minus 5 raised to power 512 is divisible by what all numbers in the answer options. So in order to solve such a question, we can straightway see that the power here is even. So this number is definitely divisible by 6 minus 5 as well as 6 plus 5. 6 minus 5 is 1, 6 plus 5 comes out to be 11. Now we can split the power, we can write this number as 6 square raised to power 256 minus 5 square raised to power 256. Again power is even. So it is divisible by 36 minus 25 and 36 plus 25. So we just need to change the values in the power, keeping in mind that this value n should be the same. So difference between these two comes out to be 11 and sum of these two comes out to be 61. Right? So again I cannot go for 6 cube because power is not a multiple of 3, but we can definitely go for 6 raised to power 4 raised to power 128 minus 5 raised to power 4 raised to power 128. 6 raised to power 4 is 1296 minus 625 and 1296 plus 625 will come into picture. So it will keep giving me a lot of divisors. So we just need to check in answer options to what extent I have to go. Right? So like this we can answer questions very quickly. Is it done, Ankit? नवेद बाद में करते हैं डिस्कस, दोबारा रुक जाओ. Okay, so let's move on. So if you come across a question of the form, let's say 16 cube plus 17 cube plus 18 cube plus 19 cube when divided by 70, what is the remainder? So this is again a very common question that appears in exam. So whenever you come across such a question, you need to split your denominator. So 70 is 2 into 35, which is 5 into 7. So here we need to observe that sum of these two and sum of these two is going to be the same. Alright. So sum of 16 and 19 is 35, 17 and 18 is again 35. So using this principle, we can say that this sum and this sum is a multiple of 35. Right. So we can say entire value in the numerator is a multiple of 35. When divided by 35, remainder will be 0. Now we just need to check by 2. So two numbers are even, two numbers are odd, so their sum will be even. Which means when this number is divided by 2, remainder is 0 again. So when divided by 2, remainder is 0. When divided by 35, remainder is 0. Then by 70, remainder has to be 0 in this case. So guys, please check it out. I hope the application part of this concept is clear. प्रिया क्या नहीं समझ आया? We are using a raised to power n plus b raised to power n is divisible by a plus b only. So 16 cube, I am writing it like this. एग्जाम में हम नॉर्मली ऐसा टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करते हैं, ऑब्जर्व भी करना होता है इसे बस. So this gives me a plus b as 35. This also gives me a plus b as 35. ये भी 35 से डिविजिबल है, ये भी 35 से डिविजिबल है, तो पूरा ही नंबर 35 से डिविजिबल होगा ना, तो रिमाइंडर 35 से 0 हो गया. दो वैल्यूज तुम्हारे पास इवन है, दो ऑड है, तो सभी का सम इवन होगा तो 2 से भी डिविजिबल होगा. राइट आयुष, वो भी करता हूं, गिव मी अ मिनट. इज इट डन? So when it comes to this example, let me take another example here. Had it been Ayush, pick कर लेते हैं 7 raised to power 612 minus 6 raised to power 612. So this number will be divisible by 7 minus 6 and 7 plus 6 because power is even. So this gives me 1, this gives me 13. Now I can go for 7 square which is 49. So power को आप half कर दोगे. 2 3s are 6, 0 2 6 are 12. Likewise here it is 36 raised to power 2 3s are 6 and 2 6 are 12. Again power is even, so it is divisible by 49 minus 36 and 49 plus 36. Difference of these two still comes out to be 13 and sum of these two comes out to be 85. So 85 will also give me a breakup like 5 into 70. So this number will be divisible by 85 means divisible by 5 as well as 70. Now it depends on answer options में क्या है कैसे है, ठीक है. So then you can also go for cubing in this case because power is a multiple of 3. So 7 cube raised to power 204 minus 6 cube raised to power 204 लिख दो. Still power is even, so it is divisible by 343 minus 216 and 343 plus 216. So मेरे को और नए नए डिवाइजर्स मिलते रहेंगे. So then we need to check answer options कहां तक जाना है. राइट प्रिया. आयुष, इज इट डन? कैसे पावर्स को ब्रेक करेंगे? राइट राइट आयुष. बाकी भी देख लो यार, सभी को क्लियर है? किसी स्टूडेंट को अगर डाउट है तो प्लीज लेट मी नो. चंद्रिका, आई होप इट इज क्लियर. चंद्रिका इन्हीं क्वेश्चंस के लिए बोल रही थी ना, ये इससे पहले वाले? चंद्रिका, okay, right, so let's move on. So a lot of numbers is being covered now. So next बताओ क्या करें अब? अरिथमेटिक पिक करें. अरिथमेटिक के भी बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट सारे के सारे क्लियर होने चाहिए. So in arithmetic, the different topics that we are going to pick are going to be percentage, profit loss discount, concept of ratio proportion, averages, mixture and delegation, time and work, time, speed and distance. All this will be covered under arithmetic. So while doing calculations based on percentage, so now I am going to number everything we are going to discuss so that you guys can have quick revision, right? So in case of percentage, if we have to calculate A% of B, it is same as B% of A, which is equivalent to A into B upon 100. If we have to calculate A is what percent of B, so required calculation will be A upon B into 100. राइट, ए को बी से डिवाइड करोगे, ना कि बी को ए से. ए बी का कितना परसेंट है ये निकालना है, तो ये मिस्टेक नहीं होना चाहिए. थर्ड इज व्हाट परसेंट ऑफ बी इज ए. सो अगेन लैंग्वेज मैंने थोड़ा चेंज किया है, राइट. सो स्टिल इट इज द सेम, स्टिल द कैलकुलेशन इज ए अपॉन बी इंटू 100. If we have to study by what percentage A is more or less than B, so it comes out to be A minus B upon B into 100. A B से कितने परसेंट ज्यादा या कम है, जिसके रिस्पेक्ट में आपने स्टडी करना है, that value always go to the base, right? So if the result comes out to be positive, it means there is percentage increase. If result comes out to be negative, it means there is percentage decrease in the value, right? So we can also say that percentage change is given by final minus initial upon initial into 100, or we can also say it is equivalent to change in the value upon original value into 100. So कैसे भी आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं परसेंटेज चेंज को, राइट. So if there is a number x which is increased by a% or decreased by a%, so straightways we generate multiplying factor which is 1 plus minus a% of x. So unnecessary बीच वाले steps कोई नहीं करेगा. So multiplying factor makes our job very easy, right? So here I can say that if there is a value x which is increased by 10%, तो straightways हमें लिखना है multiplying factor is 1.1 times x. If we increase x by 20%, it comes out to be 1.2x. Either we will write multiplying factor in decimal form or we will write multiplying factor in p by q form. तो सभी को p by q इक्विवेलेंट्स भी ध्यान में रहने चाहिए. लाइक इंक्रीज ऑफ 20% मींस 1 by 5. 1 plus 1 by 5 gives me 6 by 5x. If I say x is decreased by 25%, 25% is 1 by 4. सीधा लिखना चाहिए 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4x. If x is increased by 25%, 1 plus 1 by 4 is 5 by 4x, right? So point number 7, if a very important concept, if a number is increased by a%, then it should be decreased by a upon 100 plus a into 100% such that it becomes same again. So it will be something like if you increase a number by a%, so in question you will be asked by what percentage it should be reduced such that it becomes same again. So this percentage value I have mentioned here, it is a upon 100 plus a into 100%. Likewise, if the question says a value is decreased by a% first, now by what percentage it should be increased such that it becomes same again, so it will be a upon 100 minus a into 100%, right? So there will be two cases. अगर पहले इंक्रीज है तो बाद में डिक्रीज आएगा, अगर पहले डिक्रीज है तो यहां पे आपके पास इंक्रीज आएगा, राइट? सो इस केस में ये वैल्यू बनेगा, सर्कल वाले केस में ये वैल्यू बनेगा. एंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इज कॉल्ड चेंज ऑफ बेस. It is also applicable when product of two quantities given to me is constant. If either one of these increases by a%, right? If A increases by a%, B will decrease by A upon 100 plus A into 100 such that the product remains constant. If A decreases by a%, then B will increase by A upon 100 minus A into 100% such that the product remains constant. So whenever product of two values you can observe is required to be constant, so this is the relation which is going to hold true between A and B. Now point number 8 is of successive percentage change. We all know that if a value is increased by a% and then by b%, so overall change comes out to be a plus b plus ab upon 100. If we increase the value by a% and then decrease the value by b%, overall change will be a minus b minus a into b upon 100. If both the values are decreased, the net change will be minus a minus b plus a into b upon 100. So when direct percentage changes are given to you, we can always apply it. Now in any case, if product of two quantities A and B equal third quantity C, if A increases by a%, B increases by b%, then the change in C will be a plus b plus ab upon 100, right? So all these things will be applicable on C now. So by using these formulas, we can observe the percentage change in C. So they all are going to be the percentage changes in C because of the percentage change in A and B. So ये part देख लो पहले, clear है सभी को? Is it clear? या चंद्रिका, नंबर सिस्टम पे कोई लिमिट नहीं है, बट वी हैव टू डू ऑल द टॉपिक्स. सिर्फ 3 दिन बचे हैं, सो एक टॉपिक करते रहेंगे तो आगे बढ़ नहीं पाएंगे. सो वी हैव टू रिवाइज मोस्ट ऑफ द सिलेबस. सो स्टिल आई एम टेकिंग इट वेरी थॉरोली कि सब कुछ ही कवर हो जाए. अंडर आइडियल सिनेरियो इतना कुछ 3-4 दिन में कवर करना इज नॉट इजी. बी क्विक एवरीवन, सभी को क्लियर है ये पार्ट? So they are the basic relations we are talking about. Based on the same, we can move on to profit, loss and discount. So the price at which we purchases an article is called cost price, at which it is sold is called selling price, and then mark price. So there are few formulas that are very standard for profit loss, that is equivalent to selling minus cost upon cost into 100. Then margin is profit calculated over selling price into 100. Now between profit and margin, the relation of change of base is applicable, right? So in any case, if you are given profit percentage, you can directly calculate margin percentage. If profit is of a%, margin will be of a upon 100 plus a into 100%. And if margin is given to you of a%, in that transaction profit will be of a upon 100 minus a into 100%. So many a times in questions it is given to us that a person did calculated profit on selling price instead of cost price, and the value is given to you, and then he will be asking you what will be the actual profit percentage, right? So you can straightways use this. If margin is given to you, you can calculate profit. If profit is given to you, you can calculate margin straightways, right? Now on the other side, other term which is being used is markup percentage. That is the difference between mark price and cost price upon cost into 100. Then discount percent is mark price minus selling price upon mark price into 100. So they are the standard formulas that are being used. Now they can be modified also so that our job becomes easier in calculation. So in case of profit loss, we can say selling price is equivalent to 1 plus minus P% of cost price. So with this method, we can save around 3 to 4 steps in calculation, right? In case of markup, we can say mark price is equivalent to 1 plus M% of cost price. And in case of discount, we can say selling price is equivalent to 1 minus D% of mark price. So these three are very, very important relations for making calculations relatively easier. So this is for profit loss, this is for markup, and this is for discount. Now if I mark up a value by M% and then I gave away a discount of D%, I will be having some profit or loss. So the relation between these three is of successive percentage change. So M minus D minus M into D upon 100 will be equivalent to profit or loss percent. So अगर profit है तो you will keep this value positive. अगर loss है तो you will keep this value negative. Please keep that in mind. If I say because of some percentage increase and some percentage decrease, there is a loss of 10%. So on this side, we must write minus 10 and not only 10. याद है सभी को? कुछ प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है किसी में? So they are quite basic things, I think. Done. जल्दी जल्दी रेस्पॉन्स करो यार, किसी को अगर कुछ किसी में कंफ्यूजन है तो बता दो. Okay, so Chandrika want example on 7th, right? चंद्रिका मैं थोड़ी देर में एग्जांपल्स पिक कर लेता हूं. आई थिंक पहले एक बार थोड़ा सा थ्योरी पार्ट कवर करते हैं. मेरे को दोबारा चंद्रिका थोड़ा रिमाइंड करवा देना. Okay, now point number 10. When we divide certain quantity, if A is divided, some amount A is divided among 3 persons in the ratio A is to B is to C. So the share of first person will be A upon A plus B plus C into A. Share of second person will be B upon A plus B plus C into total quantity A, and share of third person will be C upon A plus B plus C into total quantity A. So this is very basic way of dividing given amount among 2, 3 or more than 3 persons. Alright. Now in case of ratio, if we are given A by 2 equal B by 3 equal C by 4, because they are very standard relations which we come across in exams. So if the information given to me in this format wherein coefficient of ABC is 1, 1, 1. So straightways we can say ABC are in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 4. But if in any case we are given information in the form 2A equal 3B equal 4C, please keep in mind now ABC are not in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 4. Right? So students बहुत बार mistake कर देते हैं, confuse करते हैं इन दोनों को. In this case, first of all, we have to make coefficient of A, B and C 1 each. So we need to divide all these by LCM of 2, 3, 4, which comes out to be 12. So you will cancel out 2 here, so it becomes A by 6. After cancelling out 3, it becomes B by 4. After cancelling out 4, it becomes C by 3. So ratio between ABC comes out to be 6:4:3 ka. So guys, please check it out. Both the examples, although are very easy, but I hope it is clear to each one of you. Okay, so I think it's done. So this is the second case, right? Now in case of ratios, there are few standard terminologies जिनका clarity होना चाहिए सभी को. If we have a ratio of the form x upon a equal y upon b equal z upon c, so this all the ratios can be added or subtracted in the numerator denominator, keeping in mind same operations. Like I can say this is equivalent to x plus y plus z divided by a plus b plus c. Or we can also take x minus y plus z upon a minus b plus c. Or it can be x plus y minus z upon a plus b minus c. Right, so we can use any of the sign in the numerator and denominator, keeping in mind that the values are same. On the other side, we can also multiply numerator and denominator by some value like k1, by k2 here, and by k3 here. And we can say this is equivalent to k1x plus minus k2y plus minus k3z upon k1 into a plus minus k2 into b plus minus k3 into c. This is a very important part. It makes our job very easy. So I'm going to take an example on the same. So let's say if we come across a question in the exam which is x by 2 equal y by 3 equal z by 4, which is equivalent to 2x plus 3y plus 5z upon k, and he will be asking you to find the value of k. So in order to find the value of k, we just need to put x as 2, y as 3 and z as 4. So k comes out to be 2 into 2 4 plus 3 into 3 9 plus 5 into 4, which is 20. So answer comes out to be 33, which is the value of k. Is it clear? ज्योति प्रकाश साहू ज्योमेट्री रिवीजन का भी देखते हैं यार. अभी तो पहले अरिथमेटिक तो निपटाए. प्रिया यही चीज कर रहे हैं ना, ऊपर नीचे सेम वैल्यू से मल्टीप्लाई हुआ होगा. मल्टीप्लाई इट विथ 2, मल्टीप्लाई इट विथ 3 एंड मल्टीप्लाई दिस विथ 5. 4 प्लस 9 प्लस 20 ऐड कर लो तीनों को, 33. Done, Priya? Okay, now, so if there are two values A and B, so the inverse ratio of A is to B is 1 upon A is to 1 upon B, which when simplified results in B is to A. So if there are three values A is to B is to C, I want you to write the inverse ratio. Be quick, type in the inverse ratio of A, B and C. जल्दी से टाइप करो A, B, C का inverse ratio. आयुष ब्रिलियंट, ठीक है यार, बट मैं जितना करवा सकता हूं करवा देता हूं ना दोस्त. जल्दी से बताओ एबीसी का इनवर्स रेशो क्या होगा. गुड 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 हरीश. चंद्रिका, ज्योति प्रकाश, पंकज, भानु, जल्दी बताओ, लिखो, टाइप इन. जल्दी करो सभी, टाइप यार. आयुष, प्रिया, टेल मी द आंसर. मानस, ओके गुड. विक्रम, व्हाट इज द आंसर? जल्दी करो टाइप यार, छोटा सा काम बोला. नवेद, जल्दी बताओ. राइट मानस, राइट. अच्छा, पहले वो दोनों सेम लिख दिए थे. नो आयुष, इसलिए मैंने बोला, आधे बच्चे टाइप भी नहीं कर रहे हैं. रेशियो बिटवीन एबीसी is given, so their inverse ratio is not C is to B is to A. मैंने इसलिए इस फॉर्मेट को पहले पिक किया. This talks about inverse ratio which is 1 upon A is to 1 upon B is to 1 upon C. When it is simplified, it results in BC is to AC is to AB. बेसिक सा चीज है, बट प्लीज मिस्टेक नहीं होना चाहिए. When inverse ratio of 3 values is required, it will be done like this. Right Naveed, right answer. अब तो मैंने लिख दिया, अब क्या फायदा, अब सब लिख रहे हैं. चंद्रिका, is it clear? ज़ियोस, ज्योति प्रकाश, सभी गड़बड़ कर रहे हैं. ओ बाय गॉड. निनाद, चंद्रिका, ठीक करो इसको यार. आई होप इट इज क्लियर नाउ. गड़बड़ मत करो. इनवर्स रेशियो डजंट मीन रिवर्स करके लिख दिया दोस्त. प्लीज कीप दैट इन माइंड. चंद्रिका, दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड एवरीवेयर. When you solve questions of time, speed, distance, there it is required. When you solve questions based on this time and work, again this inverse ratio is required. Right? Inverse ratio is to required everywhere when we are doing calculations. So inverse doesn't mean reverse करके लिख दिया. That we have to keep in mind. So if the ratio between A and B is there and we are required its duplicate ratio. So duplicate ratio of A is to B is A square is to B square. Likewise, if a term triplicate ratio is used, triplicate ratio of A is to B will be A cube is to B cube. If we come across subduplicate ratio of A is to B, that will be root A is to root B. If we come across subtriplicate ratio, that comes out to be cube root of A is to cube root of B. So CAT में डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ चुका है इसके ऊपर. राइट. सो ये टर्मिनोलॉजी सारी की सारी क्लियर होनी चाहिए. एंड ऑल्सो इन केस ऑफ रेशो व्हेन देयर आर टू टर्म्स A is to B. Alright, so please keep in mind, this is not numerator and this is not denominator. Can you tell me what do we call the first value in case of ratio? Be quick, tell me guys. What do we call the first value? They are not numerators and denominators. So what do we call first value? Chandrika, Zeus, Jyoti, Bhanu, Ninad, बताओ यार. What do we call first value here? Hi Suvankar. Don't know नहीं बोलते. So the first value is called antecedent. And the second value is called consequent. So they all are the basic terminologies which one should always know. Okay, now moving on. If there are two ratios, A is to B and C is to D, what will be the compound ratio of these? Now be quick and tell me. Compound ratio of A is to B and C is to D. Good, Naved, good. No issues, Harish. Now tell me the compound ratio in this case. Good, Bharat, good. Be quick, tell me compound ratio. जल्दी से टाइप करो. Right, Manas, right, Naved, right, Priya. So when it comes to compound ratio, you just need to multiply the ratio. So it is AC is to BD. Just multiply the respective terms A into C and B into D. So if there are two ratios, right, A upon B into C upon D will be AC upon BD, right? Now, what will be the compound ratio of A is to C, A is to B, C is to D and E is to F? What is the compound ratio of these three? ये बताओ जल्दी से. राइट लोकेश. आयुष, ये क्या लिख दिया तुमने, AD प्लस BC अपॉन BD? अरे इतनी मेहनत मत करो दोस्त. Tell me the compound ratio of these three. Right, Harish. जल्दी से सभी बताओ. What is the compound ratio of all three? Ninad, all three. Right, Bharat, right, Devraj. Right, Tushar. So in this case, it comes out to be A into C into E divided by B into D into F. So you will just multiply all the three ratios. A upon B into C upon D into E upon F comes out to be ACE upon BDF. Third one is E is to F. Whenever you come across a term compound ratio, please keep in mind you just need to multiply the ratios in the given order. You cannot change the order. If it is A is to B, please do not take B is to A. Otherwise it will go wrong. You have to multiply them in the same order. Please keep that in mind. Okay, now, so let's move on to proportion. If it is given to me A, B, C, D are in proportion, it means the ratio between A and B is same as the ratio between C and D. So we can say A upon B equals C upon D. right? So if it is given to me A, B, C are in proportion, then for three values, please keep in mind whether he says proportion or he says continued proportion, it is the same, right? For three values only. For four values, if he writes A, B, C, D are in continued proportion, then the storyline will be different. So continued proportion means a ratio between A and B, B and C, C and D is same, or ratio between A and B, B and C is the same. So it gives me A upon B equal B upon C, and here it will give me A upon B equal B upon C equal C upon D. So we must understand the difference between proportion and continued proportion. For three values, whether he say proportion or continued proportion, we have to use continued, right? And in this case, when we are solving values for 3, so it gives me B square equal AC, or B is equivalent to square root of A into C. So this part is very, very important. In this case, this B is called mean proportional. Right? So when he says mean, in general, mean means average. But when he says mean proportion, it means it is geometric mean of A and C, which comes out to be square root of AC. So if the question says what is the mean of A and B, so mean of A and B will be A plus B by 2. But if he says what is the mean proportion of A and B, mean proportion of A and B comes out to be square root of A into B. Right, so please keep that information in mind. Guys, give me a minute. I think a lot of buffering is happening. I don't know why. Loop mode chala gaya. Just wait. Wait. It has turned green now. Let me refresh the window. In general, mean means average. Guys, please wait. I think now my voice is clear. Am I audible? Guys, am I audible? Okay guys, I am sharing a link with you guys. This is the link of our Telegram group. Please join on Telegram so that we can share more updates. Okay, good. So I have just shared a link. Please everyone join on this Telegram group. For the students who are on YouTube, right? So kindly search cat prep discussion on Telegram. Cat prep discussion without any space. So this is our official page wherein we are going to discuss each and everything. So this is the official page. You can share it with all your friends also, because we are going to discuss a lot of things on this now. Right. So please join this Telegram group. Those who have already joined, it's fine. But those who have not joined, please join on this Telegram group. You just need to search cat prep discussion and you can see the logo. Yes, I know majority of you guys have joined, but I am asking for all those who have not, so that if there is some information we have to pass on, job becomes quite quick. So all the students specifically on YouTube, please join at the earliest. Chalo, theek, I think now network is good. Let's move ahead. Okay, good. Right. चलो ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So we were discussing this proportion. So in A, B, C, D, this A is called first proportion, B is called second proportion, C is called third proportion, and D is called fourth proportion. So please keep that in mind. This is first, second, third, and fourth proportion. So here again, among three values A, B, C, A is called first proportion, B is second, C is third, and likewise in this. Now when it is a case of continued proportion, please keep in mind continued proportion is nothing but geometric progression. So GP के जितने भी rules है, we can use all the rules of GP among values A, B, C, and D. So if it is given to me A, B, C, D are in GP, are in continued proportion, so we can assume first value to be A, second to be A into R, third to be AR square, and fourth to be AR cube, because all the ratios are going to be equal. A upon B equal B upon C equal to C upon D will always satisfy, and it makes our job very easy. Right, so please always keep this thing in mind, that whenever continued proportion is mentioned, it means that the values are in GP. Okay, now let's move on. So in case of a ratio, another very important concept is of business and partnership. If there are few people who are doing business in partnership, so the profit at the end of given period will be shared among all who have invested in the business. So let's say there were three partners A, B, and C. So profit will be shared among the three, and the profit sharing ratio is equivalent to investment of A multiplied by time for which A has invested is to investment of B into time for which B has invested is to investment of C into time for which C has invested. Right? So if it is given to you, A has invested rupee 10,000 for a period of 1 year. B has invested rupee 20,000 for a period of, let's say, 10 months. And C has invested rupee 30,000 for a period of 8 months. Then what will be the profit sharing ratio of A, B, and C? Please keep one thing in mind, that your units has to be the same. The units of investment, the units of time period has to be the same. Here these values are same, but this is year, these are months. So please convert it to months. Don't use 1 year. Right? So when we have to solve it, it is just the product of investments and product of time ka ratio. Right? So ratio among investment is 1:2:3. So it's better to use 1:3 instead of 10, 20, 30,000. Ratio among 12, 10 and 8 comes out to be 6:5:4. So it's better to simplify it first. So our job becomes relatively easier. Now we just need to cancel out 2. So it becomes 3, it becomes 5, and that becomes a ratio of 6. So the profit sharing ratio comes out to be 3:5:6. Yes, Manas. So please everyone check out. I hope the concept is clear. So multiple times question on this particular thing is being asked, and it should be properly done without any mistake. So keep this ratio in mind. This will help you to answer the questions correctly. Okay. So now when it comes to time and work, if it is given to me that A can complete a work in 10 days, B can complete the very same work in 20 days, or there can be few more, right? So let's say C can complete the work in 30 days. In order to solve these kind of questions, total work is never given to me. So we have to assume a total work to be the LCM of 10, 20 and 30, so that calculations becomes easier and all the values comes out to be integral. So the total work comes out to be, in this case, LCM of 10, 20, 30, which is equivalent to 60. If total work is now known to me, which is 60 units, in order to solve these questions, we have to find the work done by them in 1 day. So work done in 1 day is always equivalent to total work divided by the number of days in which the work is completed. Or we can say the number of days in which work gets done equal total work upon work done in 1 day. Or we can also say that number of days multiplied by work done in 1 day equal total work. In order to solve these kind of questions, we just need to focus on the conditions that are given to me in the question, right? So in this case now, if A can do 60 units in 10 days, so in 1 day, the work done by A will be 60 upon 10, which is 6 units. By B will be 60 upon 20, which is 3 units. By C, it will be 60 upon 30, which is 2 units. Once I know the work done by them in 1 day, so jitne din ka kaam de rakha hai, accordingly we can solve these questions. Now, few important parts where we need to focus is, if he asks us what is the ratio of question number 1, work done by ABC, question number 2, efficiencies of ABC, or question number 3, if they are going to work on certain tasks, in what ratio their wages will be distributed or salaried. So they are the 3 very important parts of time and work. So based on wages or salary, many questions have appeared in past also, right? So ratio among the work done is always going to be the work done by them in 1 day, which comes out to be 6:3:2. Or we can say, if A can do a work in 10 days, B in 20 days, C in 30 days, then the ratio among the work done will be inverse of the number of days, right? So here the inverse ratio is coming into picture, 1/10. is to 1 by 20 is to 1 by 30. If you want to do it directly out of this, it can be done like this. But if you want to assume this value first and you find work done per day, so the ratio comes out to be 6 is to 3 is to 2. Either ways it is same. But हमें clarity होना चाहिए किस information को कैसे use करना है. Answer is not going to be 10 is to 20 is to 30. It goes wrong. It will be the inverse ratio of number of days. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Now, when it comes to the efficiency of A, B, and C. So, the efficiency we can clearly see A can do most of the work in a day. So, the efficiency of A is the highest. Right. So, it again comes out to be the same. Either we can say 1 by 10 is to 1 by 20 is to 1 by 30. Or we can say it is 6 is to 3 is to 2. Manas, is it clear? For ABC, ratio will be 6 is to 3 is to 2, not 2 is to 3 is to 6. Likewise for wages or salary. जितना काम करोगे उतना पैसा मिलेगा. So the required ratio is still 6 is to 3 is to 2. All the ratios are same. Bharat, not 3, 5, 6 yaar. Is that done? Guys, is it done? Shall we move on? Yes, Priya, these are the same. These are the same. Always same. कोई exceptions नहीं. They are the same. Very standard set of questions. Very standard set of questions. Okay, now if in any case we are being said that work done by 10 men, 10 men can complete a work in 20 days, right? Then we are required the work done by 1 man. Like in how many days 1 man can complete the work. So please keep in mind, students बहुत common mistake करते हैं. They write their answer as 2 days. 20 by 10 2 days लिख देते हैं. This is wrong. लोग अगर कम होंगे तो आपके number of days बढ़ेंगे, कम नहीं होंगे. इसका please सभी ध्यान रखना. It is a very, very, very common mistake being done by students. So time taken by 1 man to complete the work comes out to be 10 into 20, which is 200 days. Right? Now I am going to ask you a very important question. If a man can do a certain piece of work in 10 days, efficiency of a woman is 50% more than a man, then what will be the time taken by a woman to complete the work? जल्दी से आंसर बता. efficiency of a woman is 50% more than that of a man. So in how many days women can complete the work? भानु, भरत, देवराज, ज़्यूस, चंद्रिका ने आंसर दे दिया. So right now I will not disclose who all are right or wrong. Just type in your answers. Be quick. जल्दी से आंसर्स टाइप करो अपने. प्रिया लिख दिया, सारा क्वेश्चन लिख दिया यार. गुड मानस, गुड हरीश, गुड रशिक, गुड आयुष, गुड आंसर, गुड निहाल, गुड 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 जॉब. It is one of the most basic question, and majority of the students are not able to answer it correctly. Right? Only 2 students right now are able to answer it correctly among all of you. सब गड़बड़ कर रहे हैं, सब गड़बड़ कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी आंसर लिख रहे हैं. देखो इधर. Now let me give you certain examples for better understanding and longer retention of this. If a man can do a work in 10 days, and if there is a woman, now listen to my statements. मैं अभी इसे solve नहीं कर रहा हूं. I am giving you statements right now. If it is given to you that the efficiency of woman is twice that of a man, listen to me carefully. If efficiency of a woman is twice that of a man, then the number of days taken by woman will be 10 by 2, which is 5 days. If the question says efficiency of woman is half that of a man, then the number of days taken will be double, which is 10 upon 1 by 2, which comes out to be 20 days. All those who are answering 5, please take this into account. मैं नहीं बोल रहा कि efficiency of a woman is double. If it is 50% more than a man, it means it is 1.5 times of a man. So the number of days taken by women will be 10 upon 1.5, which comes out to be 20 by 3 days. So please always keep in mind, if efficiency of A is n times that of B, right? Then if it is given to you, B can complete a work in X days, then A can complete the very same work in X upon n days. So I have to figure it out कि कितने times efficiency है एक का as compared to other. Right now, देख लो, क्लियर है सभी को यार. अब मिस्टेक नहीं होना चाहिए. It's a very standard question that we are required to solve in exam. ये तो मैंने बहुत अच्छा किया कि मैंने 2 दिन पहले ये सारा का सारा रिवीजन सेशन रख लिया. इसमें भी सब लोग गड़बड़ी कर रहे हो. Chandrika, that's what I'm explaining. So if man can do a work in 10 days, and if I say woman is twice as efficient, if the efficiency of woman is double, so the time taken will be half. तब तो 5 days होता है ना. But I am asking efficiency of a woman is 50% more than a man. मैंने double तो बोला ही नहीं. If I say efficiency of a woman is 100% more than a man, तब वो double बनेगी. 50% ज्यादा है तो efficiency will be 1.5 times. We are using multiplying factor here. Right? So if man can do a work in 10 days and woman is 1.5 times efficient, so the time taken by woman will be 10 upon 1.5. Is it done, Chandrika? दिस इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, सभी को इसका क्लैरिटी होना चाहिए। और एंड आई नो इसमें मिस्टेक होता है, दैट इज समथिंग विच इज टू मी वेरी नॉर्मल, बट आई डोंट वांट कि आप एग्जाम में ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन आ जाए और उसमें मिस्टेक करो, वो नहीं होना चाहिए, बस ये ध्यान में रखना आप। चलो ठीक है यार, फिर आई थिंक आज के लिए इतना रखते हैं। आई विल प्लान मोर सेशन, राइट। कल का दिन देखते हैं, कुछ करते हैं सुबह सुबह का फिर, राइट। So tomorrow morning we will try to keep another session, right? So please stay tuned. I request all the students again, specifically जो अभी ग्रेडअप ऐप पे है, नवेद इवनिंग में यार ऑलरेडी बहुत क्लासेस है, बहुत क्लासेस है। यस यस विक्रम, इट इज देयर। कल हमने नंबर्स का सारा स्टार्टिंग से किया था, इट इज देयर ऑन यूट्यूब, वो तुम कर सकते हो, राइट। मैंने अभी लिंक शेयर किया है अगेन टेलीग्राम ग्रुप का, जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने ज्वाइन नहीं किया प्लीज ज्वाइन कर लो, क्योंकि अगर कुछ भी टाइम का चेंज होगा तो वी विल अनाउंस इट देयर ओनली, राइट। सो जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने अभी तक ज्वाइन नहीं किया वो प्लीज ज्वाइन कर लो टेलीग्राम ग्रुप पे, सो दैट एवरीवन इज ऑन द सेम पेज। चंद्रिका, भानु, प्लीज ज्वाइन देयर। यस, फंक्शन मॉडुलर सब करेंगे यार। ज्योमेट्री भी कोशिश करते हैं चंद्रिका, सारा रिवाइज करवाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं, राइट। सो कल नहीं तो परसों रख लेंगे, कल 2 स्लॉट्स में कर लेंगे विद अ ब्रेक। सो लेट मी फिगर आउट, आज का भी सुबह का स्लॉट बड़ी मुश्किल से निकाला है, सो गिव मी सम टाइम, सो वी विल ट्राई टू फिगर आउट अनदर टाइम टुमारो। सुबह का तो कोशिश रहेगा ही पूरा का पूरा रखने का। Okay then guys, see you, bye bye, take care. So we'll catch up with you all tomorrow, right? So those who haven't joined, please join on Telegram. You just need to search CAT prep discussion, as I have written earlier. Just search CAT prep discussion and एक बार उस पे join कर लो। So many students have joined right now, but फिर भी जो रह गए हैं वो join कर लो CAT prep discussion। निनाद ने भी कर लिया ज्वाइन, निहाल ने भी कर लिया, ठीक है, काफी हो गया। सो जो रह गए प्लीज कर लेना, राइट। ओके गाइस, बाय बाय, टेक केयर, राइट राइट, थैंक यू थैंक यू थैंक यू। निहाल सुबह रखेंगे, और फॉलो मी ऑन ग्रेडअप ऐप, फॉलो मी ऑन ग्रेडअप ऐप, राइट। उस पर जैसे ही मेरा सेशन आएगा, कल का टाइमिंग आएगा, तो वो पुश नोटिफिकेशन आपके पास आ जाएगा। मॉर्निंग में ही रखेंगे कल भी, राइट। थैंक यू एवरीवन, थैंक यू, आई एम साइनिंग ऑफ।